Hey, Chris Boy here from Moto Corse Performance, Fort Lauderdale. Got another bike of the week for you. This is a 1986 to 88 Ducati 851 Lucanelli replica. We did a VIN search on it, and that's what it came up as. This bike was built by Fast by Ferracci, and it was raced by Dr. Dave Kieffer. He was a big help with all the other riders, and because he was a doctor, so every time somebody would get hurt, he was always helping everybody out. He was a really nice guy. But today, this bike is really special to me. It's very, very like kind of odd and rare because it's so old. This is the first Ducati Superbike out of everything, and it has a lot of little like weird little things because it was the first one. It's also fuel injected, so it's pretty cool for 86 to 88. It was water cooled. It's got the Desmoquattro engine. It's I believe that it runs off the P8 or the P7 ECU, but I'm not sure if it's been upgraded to a P8 or not. It's a really cool bike. There's a couple features that I really like. One of them is this very early Verlicki swing arm. It has the low mount cross brace. It has a Fast by Ferracci exhaust on it. All the bodywork is fiberglass. The gas tank is an oversized Giacomoto fuel tank. It even says Giacomoto right on here. I've only ever seen that on one other bike. It's just a really cool bike. It has a huge radiator. And it also has extra air intake above the radiator. It's very difficult to see. This bike, the first time I ever saw it, belonged to another gentleman, and he had it at Amelia Island on a Ducati weekend. And basically, once I saw it, I told him I had to have it, and it took maybe 5 or 10 years for me to get it from him. But we made a trade, and now here we are. And it's been years since that happened. This bike is a very, very quick bike for the time period, and it's also, if you think about it, you go back to 1986, there's not many bikes that have bodywork on them. I think the Honda and the Suzuki, the Honda VFR 750, I think that's like the bike that Freddie Spencer raced. Also, the other one is the 86 GSXR 750. I mean, that was kind of like it. There wasn't that many bikes. And if you put this up to a lot of other 1986 bikes, it just basically looks like it's futuristic from back then, even though now it looks so dated. The bike is 100% original. I've never touched it. And actually today, we're going to take all the bodywork off, and we're going to show it to you with what it looks like with the bodywork off. And I don't know, man. I'm thinking about selling it. It's one of those things. It's like gut wrenching. I really don't want to, but I've got a lot of motorcycles, and some of these bikes just got to go. I don't know if this is going to be one of them or not. If it is, it's going to be difficult to let it go. Okay, we're back. We got all the body work off. And to tell you the truth, this is the first time I've ever taken it off. And the bike has all kinds of out of the ordinary stuff for Ducati that is really, really cool. When this bike was original, the water from the radiator ran through this frame rail. It had the water temperature sensor used to go here, and the sensor for the ECU used to go here, and they deleted that. But I just like to show that because this is the only Ducati that I know of that water runs through the frame rail. Something that they did on the early bikes. This bike, because it's a race bike, has a whole bunch of stuff that Ferracci did and has kit parts on it. So this is how they would have done the airbox back then. It still has kind of like a cool air, but it's not ram air. Where we got the subframe is either cut down, or this might have been the racing one from the time. We were just arguing about it a few minutes ago. You'll see that the suspension linkage here is a very rough casting. Only the very early bikes were like that. This bike has a Fox shock, which you never see anymore because this is an American company. They make mountain bike shocks now, and if you were to buy a Ford Raptor and you look at the back, it has Fox shocks on it nowadays. Another couple cool things that it has like the kit wiring harness where the whole ECU is up in the front, and there's really no wires from here back. So it's nice to work on the bike and have basically all your wires right here. And if you're used to working on a Ducati V4 or a 1299, I mean, this is like a cakewalk. The bike is about as stripped down as you can get as far as only the absolute necessaries are here. The bike has no electric start. That's been deleted. These gold bolts, they're made by Poggi Polini, but these came in the racing kit. They're aluminum bolts that are made in Italy, and I could tell from the heads. I remember because I used to have a couple of those kits when they were new. It's got the kit radiator. Look how big this is for 1988. Like, that thing is huge. Like, even the later bikes didn't have a radiator that big. Early style clutch. The clutch slave is inside of here, and HC just means hydraulic clutch. This is all cut out. That was a kit part. It has an aluminum clutch hub in there. That's a kit part. And there's a lot of little things that are out of the ordinary. For us, nowadays to see these bikes just doesn't happen. But the idler pulleys have no little ears on there to keep the belts from running off, but it's because they're here. They're on both sides on the cogs. So that's like, you just don't see that on a 4-valve. It's super out of the ordinary. One of my favorite things is this bike has 2 temperature gauges, and this is the OEM gauge that goes to the kit harness, and then this one is like an aftermarket one, and it doesn't have wires. It has a copper pipe that goes to the radiator, and it just goes from right here. But this is like a hard line, so it's like an old school way of getting water temperature. ECUs in the front. I mean, that's pretty much it. There's not much really to talk about because there's not many parts that are here. And this bike, even though it's a kind of a fat girl, it's really, really pretty light. When you roll it around, you can feel it. It feels a little heavy right now just because there's no air in the tires, but it's just a really, really cool bike. And I'll tell you, I'm going to have a hard time if I decide to sell this. With all these crazy water lines and all this stuff that I've never seen before. I mean, this is it. I mean, this is the very beginning of the Ducati Superbike. If I had this and I had a TT1 air cooled sitting next to it, it would be like bookends. It would be awesome. But yeah, that doesn't happen. There's only 12 of those. And anyway, that's about it. I just wanted to share this stuff with you guys. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get some more people to subscribe. And what we're talking about doing is, if we can get to a certain number and we could start making this more of an everyday thing, we're even talking about taking the engines apart and showing you the differences between the street engines and the race engines and the little trick stuff. Maybe Ferracci did something that was even over what Ducati did. But it's going to be a little while. We need a little bit of help getting to that point. And we've also had a lot of requests for more videos on the new black, and we're even considering taking the engine apart on the new black to show you that. And that's pretty much it.